As a die-hard Harry Potter fan who is growing up with these magical stories, I must say that both the dramatic and confusing aspects of Voldemort's movie Death, his first suit in the nature of a punch storm, was saved too central about the kill. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 have always left me scratching my head. Make it a double speed the tinny speaker. The Harry Potter films were generally well liked, but they fell short in portraying some significant book scenes which disappointed many readers. The Harry Potter books are richly detailed, containing numerous side plots and extensive character backgrounds that didn't translate to the movies. Due to time limitations, the Harry Potter movies often hurried through certain scenes, attempting to replicate the same impact in a brief there. From my perspective as a devoted Harry Potter fan, while it's understandable that the movies adapt certain aspects from the books for dramatic flair, necessary adjustment given the medium switch, it sometimes clashes with the essence of specific book scenes. There are numerous instances where the books outshine the movies, and some scenes in the films feel less compelling by today's standards. However, the upcoming Harry Potter TV show reboot could potentially offer a remedy to this issue, as it will have ample screen time to delve deeper into plot points that were perhaps overlooked previously. During their battle with Nagini, it's a particularly poignant moment when Harry's wand gets broken. Not just due to its unique defense against Voldemort, but because readers and Harry himself have grown deeply connected to this wand since his first year at Hogwarts. This wand is special as it houses the tail feather of Fawkes, Dumbledore's Phoenix. Fortunately, the Elder Wand, known for its immense power, can even repair wands that are usually irreparable. In Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Harry employs the Elder Wand, mend his old wand. So this scene hails from the final chapter of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2. In this instance, Harry snaps the Elder Wand and flings it off a Critch Bridge adjacent to Hogwarts, leaving Ron and Hermione dumbfounded. The act of repairing his old wand becomes something of a solace, following the heart-wrenching Battle of Hogwarts, and the heads of fans deeply mourned. However, it seems somewhat surprising that disposing of the Elder Wand is so simple. The novel's conclusion that Harry would have to meet his end naturally for its power to be broken feels more significant. The sixth book in the Harry Potter series, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, is widely considered the best due to its focus on deeper themes, particularly the exploration of Voldemort's past. However, this ship-port's thematic content can make it challenging to create a movie that maintains audience engagement through fast-paced action. The filmmakers likely believed that introducing a new action scene, such as the assault on the Burrow, would enhance the movie's pace, while also providing more screen time for Death Eater characters. And despite many fans' opinions, the attack scene, though visually engaging and emotional, seemed unnecessary. This event raises questions about the security at the Burrow, as it appears to be inadequate. By the time of the 6th and 7th books, it was clear that the Weasleys' harem was heavily safeguarded with various enchantments. This film seems to imply that Death Eaters can freely enter the Burrow whenever they wish, which contradicts the portrayal in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, where it is suggested that the Burrow is warded and only becomes unprotected once the Ministry of Magic collapses. This inconsistency may cause confusion among fans. In Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the narrative swiftly covers two key discussions about Sirius Black's connection to the Potters in brief exchanges. The first occurs during a conversation between adults at the Three Broomsticks. The second takes place in the Shrieking Shack with Sirius and Remus Lupin. These conversations progress quickly, neglecting to explain the Fidelius charm or its workings, mirroring the ambiguity surrounding Voldemort's ability to appear at people's homes, which was previously unclear. In the film Prisoner of Azkaban, some viewers find moments like Harry exclaiming, "He was their friend," perplexing, as Ron and Hermione may not fully understand what he's referring to, given the context or the Shrieking Shack incident. It's worth noting that Hermione delivers one of Ron's most memorable lines in the scene. Moreover, the movie doesn't make it clear how Harry's father is connected to the Marauder Center. If nothing else about the upcoming TV series proves successful, it should at least take the time to explain this plotline thoroughly. And in the books, there are similarities in the storylines between Harry and Voldemort, but by the last book, it's no longer a fear for Harry. It seems like the movie creators wanted to revisit this theme during the flying scene, but it comes off as too comical instead of impactful. By now, people don't care about the symbolism of them both being orphans or having the ability to communicate with snakes. They just want to end the war. After that, there's the dramatic scene where Harry hurries through his discussion about the Elder Wand, a point that seems insignificant at the moment. He then abruptly seizes Voldemort and propels them both out of the tower for unknown reasons.
As they soar through the air, both characters are heard shrieking, their faces briefly merging in mid-flight. This entire sequence is painfully awkward, a sentiment that many Harry Potter enthusiasts would concur with.
In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the scene depicting the Quidditch World Cup Stadium is stunningly portrayed, evoking an atmosphere that truly embodies the grandeur of this momentous Wizarding World event. The spectacle leaves viewers eager to witness the match unfold. However, the film abruptly ends before the game even begins, providing only a fleeting mention of Ireland's triumph in victory. This abrupt ending is often criticized for failing to deliver on the promise of one of the most thrilling possible spectacles. Without a doubt, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire packs quite a punch, and its 2.5-hour duration. It's filled with numerous action scenes that resemble sporting events within the narrative itself. Moreover, the main plot revolving around Voldemort's plan for a comeback is briefly outlined, leaving much unexplored before Barty Crouch Jr. exits the film series. Looking back, it seems splitting Goblet of Fire into 2 movies could have been beneficial, as suggested by CBR. The book clearly states that Beauxbatons and Durmstrang are just like Hogwarts mixed magical schools. Some pupils from each school apply for the Tri-Wizard Tournament, including, both boys, girls. However, the film portrays only female students from Beauxbatons and male students from Durmstrang, suggesting a possible gender division in these institutions. Moreover, their magic demonstrations upon arrivals are quite stereotypical, reflecting traditional gender roles. In the film version of Goblet of Fire, some viewers find the musical interludes odd, but they align with the book's narrative where rival schools exhibit their magic to impress one another. However, the overly feminine and masculine presentations during the school entries in the movie seem unnecessary, as both countries boast students of all genders. In the Harry Potter fan community, there's much debate over Snape's redemption due to the book content alone. Most fans argue that naming his second son after Snape, despite this his mistreatment of students and strained relationship with Lily, suggests a forgiveness that overlooks these issues. Similarly to many movie scenes, the portrayal of Snape's memories, revealing his child friendship with Lily, is condensed into a montage intended to convey essential plot points and a hint of emotion. And despite not explicitly explaining why, Lily ended their friendship during their 5th year due to Snape's behavior. For years, Snape had been associating with future Death Eaters and mistreated students of Muggle descent. This reached a tipping point when Snape publicly called Lily a mudblood, making her feel that he treated her as inferior. The book suggests that Snape's feelings for Lily were more of an obsession, a detail that is not always apparent in the movies. And in most films, Ginny's character is often unfairly portrayed as a passive love interest rather than the spirited, brave woman she is in the novels. The shoelace scene, where she notices and ties Harry's shoelace before the Burrow attack, is frequently mocked, but it would have been more accurate to the books if Ginny had joked or teased Harry instead, conveying a sense of playful camaraderie rather than romantic tension. Careless resistance, a series of life, most important for moment about Jen. In many instances, Harry and Ginny's scenes appear to hint at flirtation through ordinary encounters, which can seem bland and overly sentimental. Contrastingly, the scene where they share their first kiss in the Room of Requirement is intended to be enchanting. However, it seems out of character for Ginny to create a more authentic portrayal of Harry's attraction towards her and make their relationship feel genuine. Ginny's character requires insightful dialogue that aligns with her personality and helps establish their love as a natural progression between real and people. The 666 investigators, with an official law separate of a new law. It seems likely that Voldemort's transformation into scraps of parchment was intended for dramatic impact. The filmmakers may have felt it was more fitting than having the villain merely had expire, especially after fans had invested so much time in the series over the years. Yet the fact that his death left a corpse behind carries even greater significance. Voldemort need not be portrayed as supernatural. He was merely a man who accumulated immense power and caused untold suffering, and we're all relieved he is no more. The death scene in Voldemort's movie is perplexing, as it leaves questions about how the Horcruxes influenced his corporeal form and why he was able to reform after merging with Quirrell's consciousness. Regrettably, the dramatic portrayal of the movie didn't sit well with audiences. Displaying a physical body would have been unsettling, yet it might have offered a sense of finality, but confidence. And in the movies, Dumbledore's reaction to Harry being chosen as a Triwizard champion has become one of the most frequently memed moments in the entire series. Over time, this difference between the movie and the book portrayal of Dumbledore has turned into something humorous. However, it's worth noting that according to the book, Dumbledore calmly asked Harry if it had put himself forward for consideration, which aligns with his usual character and trust in reliable students. This is then followed by a lengthy discussion among the adults regarding the rules of the tournament. In the film, there's an attempt to build suspense through frequent shouting among most adults, even Dumbledore. Unfortunately, this approach also hurries over why Harry needs to compete, and that's weak justification in the original story. Let's hope that when Harry Potter is adapted again, they steer clear of moments like these that have been frequently criticized. Yet, considering how fantasy adaptations often play out, it's likely they'll generate new jokes and memes simultaneously. And for those are springs,